Howdy, partners. So, I'm not really sure what I want to start talking about first, as far as what's gonna attract people to even want to see what I have to offer with what I can say or not. Like I said, I guess some of the stuff I can talk about I already mentioned in the intro, but let's just say let's talk about shit like karma. I want to talk about karma a little bit because I think everybody has a different definition or description or word, but I think at the end of the day, it's the same shit. Like, you get what you give, you know what I mean? Like, you will receive what you give out. Sometimes it doesn't always go like that, you know what I mean? Like, you can be a really good person and start going through a ton of bad shit, but sometimes people got to realize as we get older, we become better versions of ourselves. I know, speaking for my own self, if you're anything like me, man or woman, just growing up, sometimes we make stupid ass decisions, or, we're more rude, or in our ego, we live in that attitude type of shit. Like, when I was younger, people wouldn't believe, I was more willing to just do dumb shit, probably, and just get in trouble, or fight, or whatever the case be. But, nowadays, I ain't got time for that shit, you know what I mean? I don't got time for that shit. People can try to get under my skin, and the best thing I would say to do is just laugh. Like, you just laugh that shit, look at them, say what you gotta say in your head, feel how you feel. You can let them know how you feel, but the physical part, or getting too far, or even allowing them to get into your head where you now basically allow them to take control of your emotions, I try not to let that shit happen no more. I ain't got time for that shit, man. But back to karma, with karma, so people should understand as we've gotten older in our lives, the shit that we did when we were younger, it'll catch up to you. I remember my mom, excuse me. I remember my mom would always tell me when I was younger, take care of your body, take care of your body, wear a coat, this and that, blah blah blah. And when you're younger, you can handle that shit. Your body can handle it, you know. And as I've gotten older, I can still handle that shit. But but obviously, it would have made sense. Sometimes I could see how my body probably isn't as good as it can be. Which maybe the next thing we can talk about is dieting. I'm not on my best diet yet, you know what I'm saying? I'm still, which nobody's ever just gonna live a perfect life. But the thing is what I'm trying to offer basically when I involve myself with you or people, or even just this channel, and hoping that I can get some people to listen to my voice a little bit, is I would rather help people be their best selves than their worst selves. So even something like a diet, where I could tell you being a vegetarian and being a vegan and being a person that was just always ate dumb shit, bad shit. Growing up, I always ate regular shit, hot Cheetos, burgers, hot dogs, everything that nowadays you can find out. You can do your own research, and I'm not talking about just making you fat. I'm talking about how it affects your whole body, from your nervous system to, what the fuck is the other one? Your nervous system and your, I'm not even gonna lie, I'm at a loss for words with what I'm trying to say with that, but just how it affects everything. Your stomach, your digestive system, there you go. Everything in general, but your mental clarity. My stage, I did, the way I did it was, I started flipping to vegetarian at the end of 2018. The end of December, I had my last piece of red meat of 2018, and then March of 2019, I dropped chicken and seafood, and then at the end of March, I dropped dairy, and then I did full-blown vegan for about 3 months, and I felt amazing. My skin cleared up. I felt like I could think really clear. I felt really good. My energy was super pure. I just felt really good, and I felt like I looked really good. I lost a lot of weight. I lost about 30 pounds, and not a whole lot of time either. Like I said, from December till about April, I was at a full-blown vegan point, and then from April till about mid-June, end of June, I kind of went back to vegetarian, meaning like I dipped back into like dairy products. I never go anything past a dairy product. So like dairy products, I feel like cause a lot of mucus, like cheese and all that. Like whenever I've gone back to my vegetarian state from vegan, or because sometimes I do go through like weeks of just not doing anything except for like, I mean, it might be water, an energy drink, and a pack of peanuts, or something really simple. I might eat a fry or some shit, but typically I don't eat like full blown I don't know, food anymore, I guess. Like, it's weird. I can't explain it. People that have gone through this, like, journey with dieting, and whether it's for a spiritual purpose or even just, like, a health and fitness thing, like, I'm sure you guys understand, like, how crazy it is when you just go from, like, eating certain shit to, like, not eating certain things, and then it's, like, how you see how it affects your body or your mental state, and, I know, right? One thing you guys will learn about me is I am all over the place. We will talk about so much shit in one video, or we won't, because these videos ain't even going to be that long. I can't talk that long, although I could talk a lot. But like I said, I'm kind of here just to see if I can get my voice out there. We can talk about certain shit. We can go as far as the person wants to go, as far as like what they want to learn or not learn. We can have literally... You can, if you got me on social media and you just want to have one-on-one full-blown conversations, or you want to give me an idea of something that you want to know about, and if I have knowledge of it or I think I can help you, then I will, you know what I'm saying? And again, as I've said, man, I'm trying to just help us grow, you know what I mean? So you can always help me, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna put out there what I might need help with or like what type of advice I need, but if you think you have advice to offer, you can give it to me, and I'll use it to whatever I can, as far as like how it may or may not help me with the shit that I'm going through. But I definitely think like it'll be an interesting journey to see how I could get this to go or not go. Like, I need a haircut, man. But it should be interesting, man, and I really hope, like I said, I can get some of you guys to, like, share my videos and shit, and people just watch them or don't watch them, subscribe or don't subscribe, and it'll help us grow. Like I said, I'm not looking for fucking money out of this. I can give a shit less about that. I just really think sometimes people don't like to reach out for help in the different aspects of life, because yeah, we all got to figure out how to do it ourselves. Self-love is like one of the best things anybody could ever tell a person to do for themselves. But I definitely think that we could just help each other for real. I think that's what we're supposed to be doing right now. Most of us are in a quarantine or a lockdown or some bullshit like that, so you only have so much freedom nowadays. So tell me, like, what are they providing for us? Money? They're making sure your phones are going to be connected, and they're going to make sure your social media will be live and connected. You will have internet provided to you. Most of these places ain't even disconnecting, their services right now because of the shit that's happening. I'm saying that to say you can sit there and you can keep watching your little bullshit TV shows. You can do whatever it is you're doing. I'm not judging you. I don't care. Like, it's not my business. Or I'm saying you can start your own channel. You can start putting your own voice out there. I know plenty of women that are very beautiful, that their faces would attract so much attention. I know plenty of dudes, you know what I mean, who really take care of themselves and know, like, shit that, like I said, even I don't, where they can start putting their own shit out there. Like, the thing is, at the end of the day, man, all this materialistic shit will be gone, and we're gonna all depend on one another, even if it's your little circle, your family, whatever the case be. Like, we will, as humans and like souls, depend on one another sooner than later. There's too much shit happening in the world. So like I said, you guys can call me like crazy. I don't even know. Who knows if you got this far into the video, right? And it's only like 9 minutes, but I'm just saying, who knows if you even took that much time to listen to just what I'm saying. But I'm serious, man. I really think you guys should start reading on different stuff and just kind of back off on the social media as far as like mainstream shit and some of these celebrities that do or don't have the virus. And just like, you should really start paying attention to your world if you're not, because I know some people tend to get in a depressed state. I've been there. You know, I have anxiety, like diagnosed anxiety, and that shit's not healthy. It's not good. It's really hard to deal with. I've had some really rough times in my life thanks to that. I also had even rougher times when the people that were around me, including my family, didn't understand that shit and thought like I was either one, making it up, being overly dramatic, or looking for attention, when in reality, like, why the fuck would I want all that attention from you guys? I don't even like attention from multiples of people, not even my own family. So at the end of the day, like, if you guys know me, and I know like me and my actual people that I'm gonna say are my friends and family that know me, like, I think that I'm pretty much like a sensitive, I'm in tune with my emotions, sometimes maybe a little too in tune, I've been told, but I can care less. Like, that's just how I am. I know like the balance now a little bit as far as like my masculine energy and my feminine, because I got both, and I'm not ashamed to admit that. Like, most people, you know, don't know how to be in tune with their feelings and their ego. I don't really fuck with my ego like that, because my ego, he's an asshole, but like my heart is pure, so that's why I try to live through my heart first before I allow my ego to play. um but yeah, I really think like people that know me would know, like, I'm not extra, like, I'm not trying to do none of that shit. So just know, like, if I've ever even allowed you to see me in my feelings, or if I've ever tried to ask you for help or anything, I either one, think that you're really my friend, or two, I'm really your friend, because I'd be there for you. So there's a lot of shit we can talk about. Like I said, I could be all over the place, but if somebody tells me only talk about this in one video, or hey, like, I want to have a conversation or anything, hey man, I'm more than open. And like I said, money, that's not what I'm about. I just really want to be able to help people see the value in themselves, and shit like anxiety and different mental disorders that we live with that we might not even know we have. How food affects us and how we can help that for ourselves, and how, like, just basically, like I said, dieting and eating certain shit could really help us. Finances, I'll say that finances is something like I fell off of thanks to like everything else in the life that collapsed, like everything else in my life that kind of like fell apart. You're gonna see I ain't gonna do no editing until I get like a nice setup and I know what I'm doing here, and hopefully I get the crowd to come along with me. But I'm gonna be like, oh, and all types of weird shit. But that's just who I am, though, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I can give a shit less what people think. Like, I'm cool with who I am. I love me. So rough hair, long tail, like whatever the fuck it is, like, I'm cool with who I am today, right now. I'm comfortable. I'm not in the best situation. I don't know that any of us really are with what's going on, but I'm okay with me. Like, I know my heart is pure, and I know like the shit I do is out of, like I said, just pure love, like real life. But again, for some of you that think you know me, even people from work, like, if you watch these, you may already know me. There's a few of you that kind of really know like how I really am, and there's a few of you that probably don't. But you'll see, like, this is what I'm saying. This channel makes me a very vulnerable person if people actually watch, because then you'll know me and you'll know like the real me. And most people try to take advantage of that shit, but that's what I'm saying. I'm at the point where I'm comfortable enough where, like, I'm not gonna let people be using me or stepping on me and shit like that. Like I said, we'll have a lot we can talk about, and you give me some suggestions, and then, you know, if you take interest in it, like, it would greatly help me too, because then I know what else we can talk about, or I can start learning on, you know, I mean, I got shit to learn. Like I said, astrology, shit like that. You want to know about yourself? Tell me your sign, and I'll try to see if, like, this is who you are, like, match you up to your sign, and we can talk about, like, the chart. And like I said, even with, like, people's astrology charts, like, you got more than just one sign. You got a sign for every planet, and every planet means something different, and how it affects you and who your person is. And so, I mean, that's shit that I'm not all the way fully educated on, but I'm educated enough where I feel like I can open up the door to somebody and say, hey, like, come into this door and let me tell you what I got, and then we can walk in together, like I said, into the next door as we learn. Because the more you want to learn, for some reason, it's like people around me want to learn shit, and it motivates me to want to learn it. It's not always the best thing, because I do want to learn shit just for myself, but yeah, man, we can talk about a lot of stuff. And this isn't really much of a long video. Like I said, I'm gonna need topics and real shit that I can talk about. I don't want to just talk about myself only. But even if you guys are interested in just like, I'll say like my past 7 years, or even just like my life growing up and what it was like getting bullied or getting bullied for a long time, being a problem child, you know, gang banging, and how it just affected my life. Not that I was a real gang banger, because I never felt like I needed to do that, but just the different shit. School, you know, moving from one city to the next city, and just in the weirdest state of what was like my life, you know, living a whole life in Chicago, Cicero, and then what, 12, 13, you're just moving to Rockford, Belvedere, and that's fucking weird, because it was literally, I'm gonna go to high school and bam, you know, like I'm not gonna know nobody, and my life is starting over. And immature I was, no, you know, no real father figure, because even though me and my dad have always been alright, we just never had that type of relationship. Not fully. It's not a bad relationship. It's just different. But I accept it for what it is, and I learned. Like I said, I learned from my mistakes and people's mistakes. Definitely had a stepfather, and I mean, he could have been a good role model, but the way that shit played out and the way shit is today, it's all good, fam. Like, respect, I always respect him, always, but yeah, fuck all that. But like I said, yeah, let's do this shit. Like, let's just keep going. Like, this is just the second video, like I said, and they're gonna be small, short videos at first, so I just wanted to see, like, you know, I think I got a little over 30 or 40 views on that first intro, which, like I said, I greatly appreciate it. Like, that shit makes me happy. You don't get it, like, because I'm not saying, oh my god, I got 1,000 or 1,000,000 views, but fuck, I got 40 views in less than a 24-hour setting. I'm cool with that. That's how you start. That means 40 people may have or may not have even taken the interest. They may or may not have really watched the video. But what I do know is, with more and more videos and more, I'm gonna share the shit out of my videos, and I hope you guys don't get annoyed, but people don't fucking listen unless you're really consistent and persistent on shit, right? So I'm gonna try. I hope you guys have a good day. I believe today is April 1st, 2020, and you know, it's a really beautiful day out, so if you're able to put yourself outside for a little while, I would recommend it, you know, while you can get some air before that shit, before we're locked down on higher standards or some weird shit like that. Like, appreciate what you can, because people, I'm sure now, are noticing year by year, day by day, week by week, fucking minute by minute. Like, not only are people losing their lives more for different reasons, but it's like we're losing shit. My job, for example, I didn't mind my job. I appreciated the shit out of my job. You know how many people used to bitch about that shit? Now look at us. Now we're not even fucking working. Thanks a lot, assholes, for all the fucking manifesting of this place closing down, or all the bitching you guys did. I'm just saying, because now look at, now we're going to be living off unemployment. And I don't care who says they're good or who's not, but that's not the fucking life that I set myself up for. So yeah, of course, I mean, again, maybe that's just like how people are supposed to move on to their next chapter. Shit gets rough. I'm not saying you're supposed to quit, dip, and move on every time, but the universe, God, your higher power, whatever it is you believe, is also probably trying to give you a sign, like, it is time to move into a higher place. It's time to do something different. So I also want to be a masseuse, so it's kind of hard when we can't congregate and shit like that, you know, but I'm pretty good with my hands as far as like the massage world goes, and I haven't had schooling behind it, but I watch a lot of YouTube on it. I got myself a chair and shit, like, for the, you know, client, but it's a little harder to get all that right now, as far as just wanting to travel to people, or people might not even want to be by me. So yeah, let's grow, man, and you should really start looking into what you can do and provide to the world by yourself, without anything but the use of a cell phone or something that can record you and put your voice out there, some internet. But I'm saying, like, fuck money and TV and shit. Like, you should really start using your voice, because everybody has one, and everybody has a story to tell, and everybody can help everybody. So again, I really appreciate you guys, like, sharing and listening and shit, if you do, and I hope we get to better days together. So you guys have a good one.